Beyonce backs Kamala Harris, the celebrity puppet master at work. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Lancescurv. You know I'm digging deep these days, and you know that it just seems like the more that time flies is the more that information bombards us. But hopefully, over time, you can see more and more as to what the puppet masters are doing out here. And that's why I had to put it inside the title of this particular episode. Everything is good. Everything is sweet. Everything is all love. There's so much good things happening out here in Ghana. And I'm going to be sharing a lot with you. But let's get to the story at hand and what I want to speak about behind the story at hand. So to set the base for what I'm talking about, I want to talk about a little bit of recent news that is pretty much going to go out there today, but came out yesterday. As you well know, I'm in West Africa, in Ghana, and so I'm 4 hours ahead of most people. So if something breaks 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning over on the East Coast of the United States, it's going to be, if it's 1 o'clock, it's going to be 5 o'clock for me. And I'm always up from 3 or 4 in the morning anyway, so I'm going to get it. But you all should have heard about this already, those who follow what's going on with the election. And the comedy, the comedic aspect is just funny, y'all. And don't lie now, I called it with Kamala Harris. She's unraveling. I hate to see anybody's downfall, but that woman is evil. I'm going to stick with that. And I'm glad that people can see. But still, with the money that she has behind her and the puppet masters that are pulling strings, she just might win. As ditzy as she is. And that's going to let you know that there's something more going on than just votes. But here's the story. Beyonce is set to join Vice President Kamala Harris at a rally in Houston, Texas on Friday, just days ahead of the November 5th election. The event will also feature Texas Senate candidate Colin Allred, country singer Willie Nelson, and Beyonce's mother, Knowles. Though Harris often uses Beyonce's song Freedom at campaign events, this marks the singer's first appearance on the campaign trail. Beyonce has previously supported Democratic presidential candidates, including performing for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Oh, how time flies. Rumors of her appearing at the Democratic National Convention earlier this year did not materialize. Okay, let's get down in it. Let's keep it real, folks. When we look at these entertainers who are paraded in front of us like modern day demigods, there's more to it than just raw talent, hard work, or sheer luck. The top tier celebrities, the ones who are broadcasted into our lives 24/7, aren't just there for entertainment. They're there to influence the masses, to steer the collective mind in a direction dictated by their hidden masters. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't some wild conspiracy theory like most people think that's cooked up in somebody's basement. There's a reason why these entertainers stay on top, why they're the faces and voices we hear when it's time to sway public opinion, especially during crucial times like elections. They get the call to do the bidding of powers that we don't see, pulling strings from the shadows while most people live in the illusion that we call reality. Serious. You ever think about that? How certain celebrities are always there? Come on now. I don't hate on anybody. But when you have a few decades under your belt and you see how this thing runs, back in the day, and again, I was born in 1963, but the music that I heard growing up in single digit ages were from the 40s and 50s. And as I got older, I understood the 60s music, and as I got to be a young teenager, I really understood the 70s music. So that's the era that I come from, and I come from a musical household. But I want to say this. What happened to the day, right, when you would have a female soloist, and you had several female soloists in the music industry as it was then, right? No problem. If you like this one, if you like that one. And then you had groups. You had male groups. Maybe like 3, 4, 5 of them. You had female groups, 3, 4, 5 of them, that they would do their tours and make their appearances. And the music industry back then, from what I can remember, one song that was like really popular that the people just loved, it didn't have an expiration date. It wasn't pushed on you, and it wasn't taken away from you. For those who are in my age group, I'm 61 years old now, please let the folks know that's how it was. But now, it seems like in each of those categories that I named, which is not just that, it could be anything now, but you have the group, the male R&B group, you have the female vocalist, you have, it's a business, and it's engineered now so much. And we just, I don't know, it's pushed on us. The promotion, the repetition. You could make anybody a star. Think of the most clumsiest, not so pretty person that you could think of, and that music industry or entertainment industry can take them, shove them down your throat, put money behind them, promote them, until you start to believe this person's a star. Where if you saw them on the street before they were so big, it's like, okay, get out of my face. I'm not saying you'll be arrogant, because I'm a humble guy. I treat everybody right until they cross me. But when you see them now, when they're all done up, and they could be ugly, they could be, and I'm not here to be condescending, I'm just saying in a general sense. Come on, there's a reason why the word is in the dictionary, okay? It doesn't mean that everybody has to be photoshopped, made up, proper lighting, put into the program with filters. But now it's just like, it's only whoever they have in their grip, they're going to hold on to them. Look, there's a lot of people out here who have talent. There's a lot of people out here who, you go to any church in America, any black church in America, you're going to hear a sister belting out some tunes to touch your soul, right? And maybe all of them don't want to go into the entertainment industry or music industry, but there are some who want to cross over, who want to go in that. Even the gospel category is very much worldly. From what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing, there's just as much decadence there. And the things you're going to have to do, you understand, to get to be up top. We're going to get on with that. But the fact is, the entertainment industry is just a cog in a much bigger wheel. A wheel controlled by entities that stretch across politics, religion, media, and war. These are the forces that engineer the narratives we buy into without question, without question, without question, without question. You accept this stuff, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So when Beyonce gets tapped on the shoulder to stand up and lend her star power to a struggling political figure, if you can call it that, it's not just about a superstar showing support. Got to understand that. It's about manipulating minds to accept a certain reality. It's about shifting perspectives and coercing people into making decisions that they might not have otherwise considered. And half the time, I have to say it, maybe I'm getting older and cranky, but most folks out here are damn brain dead. They're like one person say, oh, go with this one, go with that one. Now I know we all have like our best friends, our closest circle, and we trust them. And they'll say, listen, Lance, you need to purchase this vehicle over that one because this has a better engine, this has a better suspension, they have a better warranty. And if it's somebody that I know, then I'm like, okay, I'll go with that because I trust you. But because these people who they call celebrities that are engineered and promoted and pushed and are really intimately part of your life. And what do I say that? I did a written blog many years ago after Luther Vandross passed away, and I spoke on how he was that relative that many of us didn't get a chance to meet, meaning that he was at weddings, he was at our funerals, he was at our baby showers, he was at our cookouts, he was at our birthday parties, he was everywhere in music form. And so we felt a connection to him through what he produced. He made real music. But this engineered stuff, the powers that be and the powers that we don't see, they understand how music affects our minds, especially as melanated people. They know how they can get us to be manipulated, all right? The Beyonce connection, celebrity activism or political propaganda. Makes you wonder. Let's talk about Beyonce for a second, shall we? Here's a performer who's arguably one of the most influential figures in entertainment. She's not just a singer or an artist. She's a carefully molded symbol, crafted to represent a certain level of power and influence in the black community. But let's not forget that this influence doesn't come without its price. When Candace Owens recently suggested on Parler, that's an app that pretty much used to be right-wing and they shut it down and it came back, and I'm on every app. I want to hear what everybody's talking about. Parler, try it out sometime. Very interesting. And I'm quite sure that clip where she was speaking about Beyonce went on other platforms, so maybe you saw it already. Right? When Candace Owens recently suggested on Parler that Beyonce's upcoming public endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris is a desperate attempt by the Democrats to gain traction in the final days of the election, it raises a valid point. The timing, the star power, and the desperation all fit the pattern of celebrity manipulation. When you're at the top, it's not because you're free to speak your mind or pursue your own agenda. No, you're a slave. It's because you're useful to those who control the show from behind the curtain. The entertainment industry is notorious for demanding allegiance in return for success. The moment these stars start speaking out of turn or fail to toe the line, they risk losing it all. We've seen it before. One scandal can wipe out a career faster than you can say cancel culture. Isn't that something, right? But you see, with that, and we're talking about Beyonce now because of this news of her supporting Kamala Harris. But look how the manipulation goes, and most people don't even see it. We're going to support Kamala no matter what. She spoke at the church, in a rally, right? And for herself, political rally. And somebody said, Jesus is Lord, right? You all know that story, but some of you don't want to face it. And she said, no, you're at the wrong place. You need to go down to that, to the effect of go down the road to that rally, or something that is not big enough or smaller. It's really what a diss. If you really want to respect people, how are you going to diss their religion like that? Even if you're not a believer, how are you going to disrespect their religion like that? And then turn around and come back to clean it up, to come to a black church. Barack Obama spoke to black men about black men not wanting to vote for Kamala Harris. And they've voiced this for so long. They peep the game, basically. They peep the game. They already see what's going on, right? And so now Barack Obama wanted to come up now and test the validity of his black card. And he must have felt like that person who had a debit card and swiped it at the cashier and it came up short. Or maybe a credit card that was turned down. He just walked up there so brazenly, right? Like he's going to tell the brothers, they ain't no brother to you. Are you black? You know what I mean? Your whole background was not pushed when you were running for the campaign, Barry. You know, people didn't realize that you're the richest president ever. But community organizer. You see how they play with things and play with your mind? Even when you dig deep, they have the power to scrub the internet of information that they don't want you to know. The same way they did for Al Sharpton when he was running for mayor, right? And beyond. No, righteous people don't belong in those worlds. So that wasn't really a Freudian slip. That was a subconscious revelation, right? The fact that he worked with the Alphabet Boys to wear wires, to go after mobsters, to go after Don King. He's a rat. And we knew that from the streets before Al Sharpton got famous on a national and sometimes international level. But see, we don't dig deep. Whenever you see something on TV and you spout it off as fact and repeat it, oh, well, I know this now because I saw it on TV. Do you know how engineered this is? That you can get right-wing media, left-wing media, you can get Fox and you can get CNN to report on the same story, but they put a slant to it. It used to be where journalists were supposed to be honest and dig deep to get the truth. But now it's who they support, and they're all compromised now. This is why I don't even really, I'm not into this whole thing. I want to be real with mine. I don't care if I don't get much hits. It's so much easier to speak my mind, put it out there, and be done with it. I have no time to argue with people, debate with people. It is what it is because I'm much more than just a YouTuber or a talking head on social media. I'm a real person. This is why on this platform, we're going to bring more real stuff. You understand? I just can't. I can't no more. I'm not going to spend another 23, almost 24 years. How old will I be in 24 years? Right? 85? Lancescurv at 85 years old. No, you got to grow. If you can't see past the smoke screen and the foolishness and the smoke and mirrors, I feel sorry for you, because if you have that woman going as president, and this is not really what it's about. I just happen to speak on this, but you're brain dead. You're brain dead. Yeah, and you don't have to like Trump, but come on now. An idiot. Would you put a child, a 6-year-old boy, who is in the front of the 5 and dime store, those little cars they used to have in front of the 5 and dime store, and you put a nickel in and it moves around and the little kid is holding on to it like, wow, I'm driving, and he's bouncing up and down. Would you put a child 6 years old behind a high-powered sports car, the wheel, give him the key and say, listen, go to the store for me and pick a few things up? He won't make it up out of the block. He's going to wrap himself around the pole. Come on now. This is what it's all about. But here it is. How the entertainment industry controls minds. Let's not pretend that the entertainment industry is some clean, merit-based system where anyone with talent and drive can rise to the top. We already proved that. There's a reason why some of the most questionable characters occupy the highest echelons of fame and fortune. It's not about talent. It's about compliance. It's about who's willing to sell their soul for a few decades of luxury and notoriety. The casting couch isn't just a relic of Hollywood's dark past. It's a symbol of the sacrifices one must make to climb the ladder of fame. If you don't think so, don't you see a pattern by now? For those at the top, there's a constant requirement to stay on call for their masters. This means participating in public stunts, shaping narratives, and performing as mouthpieces for the agendas of the shadowy figures who truly run the world. And we're not just talking about the entertainment system or industry. I said system, right? It is a system, right? I just woke up, yo. It's all interconnected. Folks, entertainment, politics, religion, media, they all serve to keep the public distracted and disoriented, unable to see the truth behind the curtain. And more, you are waking up. And this is why, like me, social media, I just distribute my stuff there. I'm getting more and more on Twitter. When you start talking a certain way, things get shut down. But the new Twitter, after being purchased by Elon Musk, before, they used to shadow ban you and stuff. I had a Twitter account that had 32,000 people, right? Boom, taken away one day. What was it December of 2020? That was 4 years ago. I'll be working on my new one now. And I'll lurk in the shadows in other apps and places that are more effective for engagement. But even they engineer that too. And I just found out that even still, anything anti-Kamala Harris, they're going to hold that back on Facebook, Meta. You'll get a few little things in there, but not as much, because this is why Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris despise social media so much, because we're airing out their dirty laundry. And when something is put out there and you download it, it lasts forever. So I'm with that. Big time. But where are we going to go from here? Celebrity worship in the black community, a manufactured obsession. Manufactured, all right. And you think it's you liking somebody. No, it's mind control. It's no secret that in the black community, we often idolize celebrities in ways that border on worship. Whether it's athletes, musicians, or actors, there's a level of reverence for these public figures that runs deep. Is it because of our lack of esteem in general? Maybe it is. But we have to ask ourselves, why are these particular figures pushed to the forefront? Why do Pastor T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Kevin Hart all have in common? They're not just entertainers, they're influencers strategically placed to guide the cultural and social conversations. And believe you me, I just named a few. The list goes on, and I believe they're assigned to certain levels, and I believe that they can ascend the more they submit. This is not by chance, like, okay, we did this for you, so do this for us. No, they well know and understand their role and how they have to play it if you want to keep what you got and what we gave you, because if not, we can take it away. This obsession with celebrity worship doesn't happen by accident. It's engineered. From the relentless promotion of their work to the social media frenzy surrounding their every move, we are programmed to follow them. And it's not just the celebrities themselves who benefit, it's the industries behind them, raking in billions while using their star power to control narratives, manipulate public sentiment, and keep the masses docile and distracted. To keep the masses docile and distracted, right? The Faustian bargain, fame, fortune, and the selling of souls. And when I wrote this, when I jotted down my notes and I learned a new word today, Faustian bargain. Let me just explain what that is, because it's not something that's common. Faustian, F-A-U-S-T-I-A-N, Faustian bargain, a pact whereby a person trades something of supreme moral or spiritual importance, such as personal values for the soul or the soul, personal values or the soul for some worldly or material benefit, such as knowledge, power, or riches. So, I mean, am I wrong for saying the Faustian bargain, fame, fortune, and the selling of souls? That's Hollywood for you. That's Hollywood for you. The entertainment industry doesn't give without taking. Fame and fortune come with strings attached. Long strings attached. Long, dark strings that can be yanked at any time. When you rise to a certain level in this game, you're required to play by the rules set by those who control the industry. If you don't, well, just ask some of the biggest stars who've been taken down by sudden scandals. I won't mention any names, seemingly out of nowhere. There's a reason why many celebrities can't speak freely about certain topics or support certain causes. Once you sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract. Once you sign that contract, you're bound to the whims of your puppet masters. And breaking those chains comes at a steep, deep price. Look, I know you all are so tired of hearing about P. Diddy. I mean, every day it's a Diddy, another Diddy, another he did this, he did that. Did he do it? Did he didn't do it? I can't repeat that if you ask me, or offered me $1 million. But for the longest time, wait now, this is 2024. I mean, go back 20 years to 2004, right? 20 years. Do you all realize how fast time is going on? And he's been doing this from back then. Go back 10 years, and yes, he was in the music industry, and he wasn't what he was in 2024, and 2014, 2024. This has been a long time, and he's been a fixture in this thing. And all I'm saying is that all this time, everybody knew what was going on, and he didn't act alone. He pissed off somebody up top, that liquor company, right? This is what people say, because he wanted to own some of it, and he wanted this, wanted that. But I think it's deeper than that. It was his time because he pissed off somebody. But they've been going on, and it's not even just Diddy. It's so many people, and this goes back to the Rock Hudson days. You remember when he came out and said he had AIDS, and nobody knew he was gay, and all these parties with all these muscular white boys around the pool. And this stuff is, as long as Hollywood has been around, this is what it's been. But they're flavoring this to be a black thing. No, this has always been in the entertainment, the music industry, the movie industry, Hollywood. This is what it's all about. And it's satanic. Oh, don't bring that into it. Yes, it is. It's the true satanic, not the person walking around here with the horns that you, oh, that's the devil. No. There's some things going on out here that are demonic, and these people that you believe in, you look up to, trust and believe, it's not what you think. And I think people are really realizing now how things are. How social media tightens a grip on our minds. In today's world, the real battleground isn't fought with guns or tanks. It's waged on social media, where public opinion is a prize. Our addiction to these platforms has made us more susceptible than ever to manipulation. We follow celebrities not just on TV or in movies, but right into their private lives, allowing them to influence us on a daily, even hourly basis. This constant connection keeps us tethered to their narratives, their drama, their causes, all while pulling us away from our own critical thinking. For the Black community, this problem is especially acute. I didn't say cute, I said especially acute. We're already dealing with layers of systemic oppression, cultural conditioning, and economic struggles. Add to that the psychological hold that celebrity worship has on us, and it becomes even harder to focus on the real issues at hand because we're so daggone distracted. It's time to break the cycle and realize that while these celebrities may look like us and speak like us, their agendas are not aligned with our best interests. May I say that again? It's time to break the cycle and realize that while these celebrities may look like us and speak like us, their agendas are not aligned with our best interests. With our best interests. They're not. They're tools used to keep us entertained and distracted while the powers that be move the pieces on the chessboard. And what's the reality behind the illusion? We live in a world where the physical reality is only a small part of the bigger picture. There is a spiritual battle going on, one where good and evil are fighting for control. The entertainment industry is a weapon in this war, used to distract, deceive, and detain the minds of the masses, believe it or not. When we see a Beyonce or a Jay-Z at the height of their success, and this is not hate, understand that it's not just about making good music or breaking records. It's about their ability to influence, to control, to shape the minds of millions according to the will of forces that operate in the shadows. It's time for us to see the bigger picture, to realize that these celebrities aren't just here to entertain us, they're here to manipulate us. They are the mouthpieces of a system that thrives on our ignorance, our distractions, and our willingness to worship false idols. It's a tough pill to swallow, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Didn't Dick Gregory say that? When you put on the glasses and you see it, you can't unsee it anymore? He told a lot of truth. The illusion begins to fade, and what's left is the stark reality of a world that has been engineered to keep us blind to the truth. I just want to tell you, there's a lot of people out here who aspire to be the next Beyonce. How many next Beyoncés have there been? How many spots are there for the next Beyonce when Beyonce been up top and in that position for decades? So you got hundreds of thousands of, let's just say young ladies, of course young men, but we're talking about Beyonce right now since she's going to be supporting Kamala Harris. But you have all of these Beyoncés, little Beyonce, I'm going to be Beyonce, I'm going to be Beyonce. I think I look like Beyonce. Where are they now? Years ago they wanted to be Beyonce. Where are they now? But I'm just saying, like, we think we're going to get there and there. There is an illusion. Like I said before, there is no there. Stop thinking of the there. The there that is what's inside of you. But you have to move cautiously with any entertainment industry aspirations. And I'm going to wrap this down soon. But all I want to say is for those with great talent in singing, dancing, or any artistic pursuit, it's important to recognize the realities of the entertainment industry before diving in. The allure of fame, wealth, and recognition, it can be quite captivating. But behind the glitz and glamour often lies a world where compromise becomes a necessity for success. Many who have risen to the top find that their creativity and personal values are constantly challenged, and maintaining independence becomes a difficult battle. The truth is, the higher you climb, the more you're expected to conform to industry standards, sometimes at the cost of your integrity and artistic freedom. However, this does not mean that pursuing your passion is the wrong choice. Rather, it should serve as a reminder to be strategic about how you approach your journey. In today's digital age, there are more avenues than ever to share your craft, build a loyal audience, and maintain control over your career. The music industry in Hollywood no longer have a monopoly on success. Independent artists have the power to reach audiences directly, create their own platforms, and protect their artistry. While it may take longer and require more effort to build your career independently, the rewards of retaining your creative freedom and staying true to yourself far outweigh the cost of compromising your values for fame. Ultimately, your talent is a gift meant to uplift, to inspire, and bring joy to others, not something to be controlled by industry gatekeepers. By choosing to carve your own path and embracing the power of independence, you can define what success means on your terms. Stay true to your vision, hold fast to your principles, and remember that the most enduring legacies are built by those who refuse to be molded by the pressures of the industry, but instead forge their own way with authenticity and resilience. I want to thank you for being here to listen to this message. This is Lancescurv, and I want to tell you to always go to Lancescurv.com to find the work that we can't put up on social media, because we do tell a lot of raw truth. And I want you all to have a wonderful day, and just think about what I said. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.